No, it doesn't.
Listen,
I never heard
cold
that.
Are you listening?
Cold is a conspiracy.
Mainstream media strikes again.
Yup.
Welcome to Cleveland, America. That is all. Enjoy the show.
Oh, hey everybody, welcome to what is this place called? Cleveland, America.
It's not a serious place.
Oh, we are not serious people, but we are in the presence of a crime man.
Crime man.
Yeah.
Crime man.
What kind of Japanese translation?
That's how my brain's working right now, man. I don't have a lot of brain. It has been, let's just say, things have been off the rails since Thursday. It's actually kind of Wednesday for me, because Wednesday, I was off Thursday and Friday, so Wednesday East End was fun, and I got a little boozed up. Nothing great.
Yeah. Was it busy?
It was pretty busy, and it was like one of those where like by the end of the show it was really fun.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
It like kind of started a little slow, but like there was some of my in between stuff was the best stuff. Like Elliot did a spot, and he kind of like he was trying new stuff. And if you don't know Elliot, he's Elliot Jarris. He's of Middle Eastern descent, and he kind of bombed. And I said, "See, they don't need a backpack to bomb." Oh yeah!
Elliot does take some wide swings.
He does, and I love it.
That's me saying that with respect. Yeah. That's not.
And then Tyrone Gaines talked about how he's finally dating a white girl. And he's like, "This is my first white girl," and I go up and I was like, "And it better be your last." And it's like such a mixed crowd in there. That's one thing I love about East End is there's like white people and black people, and like they're all there having a good time. And like there's this one table, like just like these like probably like early 20s black girls that were just fucking the best. They were so into it. They were laughing, because sometimes you get people coming through and they're just assholes.
Yeah.
But they were just there for it, and they were laughing, and they were like on board with everything.
Hell yeah. I like that. Because sometimes it can be
And then
rough when there's people there that don't really.
And then Thursday was high and dry, and it was Brian Sternick's birthday, so we were all having some fun there. Pants and I Ubered together because we're like, we're gonna be responsible boys,
which is a very important detail for you to remember.
Very important detail.
They Uber.
And right now, Pants has a rental car, so he is Camry Pants right now.
It's not a fun time.
Funny.
I don't feel like
pulling up today. I'm like, "Where's Pants? He's usually here by now." And I was like,
Same.
"Oh, he's Camry Pants."
I even swore at the person with the car out there, and motherfucker taking all these spots. But yeah, you were here. I didn't think you were here yet.
It's a fine automobile, but when you're used to driving a Bronco with push button ignition and you have to insert a key in the ignition, I'll admit. Will it sound yuppie of me? Yes, it's a bit of a step down.
I feel like it's kind of crazy though, because anytime I've had to get a rental, it's around like what I have, like the kind of the same car.
Well, I could have. So long story short, someone backed into my Bronco like a week or so ago. Mm-hmm. So it's in the shop getting worked on. Gassy Thomas, and so they, the offending party's insurance covered me for a rental. And then, so they gave me my options were a Chevy Spark, a Toyota Camry, and like something on that level. And then I was like,
dude, a Spark would have been so funny though.
That's like a smart car size car.
It's like that's kind of what I was.
Sounds like your old car.
It was like my old car, but smaller.
It looks like a Pixar car. And I was like,
roller skate.
I was pondering it because those are fun because they're so little and it just feels like Mario Kart.
Yeah.
So then I just made a joke to the guy at the shop. I was like, I wasn't expecting a Benz. He goes, I mean, we have those. And I was like, yeah, but I'm not paying for that. He goes, well, you could just call the offending party's insurance and have a conversation about it. I go, that just sounds like a half hour of my day. I don't have to talk about getting a rich
I'm Vance and I get a Mercedes.
Yeah, I demand a luxury automobile. And also the accident itself. Their insurance took care of it. They called me before I even got home from the accident and was all taken care of it. So I think it's ADHD, but it's like the less you make it a headache for me to deal with it, the less pissed I wasn't mad. It just shit happens. So long story short, I'm in a Camry.
Yeah.
And me and Bill are
we
in an Uber.
We're Ubering over to High and Dry on Thursday night. and ends up being one of the best high and dries ever. Like
that was
Damn.
wire to wire.
tip
Great.
to top,
Great.
tip to top, the top
Tip to top.
to bottom.
You were on it today,
It was
man.
good.
You were
Like
on
everybody was hitting. Like it was a good lineup. The audience was into it. There was like a little bit of, bar talk, but not much.
No, dude,
we never had to shush anybody.
That's the
really.
quietest the crowd I've ever heard.
Yeah, they were great.
And they were also receptive. It wasn't
Yeah.
just like they were ignoring.
They're quiet and
Mhm.
laughing and like into the show, so it was great. So then we do the punch machine after, because Briggs is in town. When Briggs is in town, we do that.
Punch.
Briggs is filming a special, Joe Briggs, on November 1st at Hilarities. So get tickets to that.
Yeah.
Getting kind of cool.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, that's exciting.
So go see that. And also, don't forget our ugly Christmas themed bar crawl
Yes, go.
on December 8th. Go to funnybus.net.
Yeah.
And choose the 8th, and then it'll say like 5 p.m. It's a 5 p.m. slot, and you need a code, and the code is PANTS, all cap. PANTS, all caps.
Pants.
And it's already like, I think there's like 20 seats left.
Oh, hell yeah.
So it's like that one sold.
Sorry, guys, I didn't.
You're not sorry.
Yeah. And okay, so we do the punch machine, and they're like, okay, we're all going to Corky's. And so we all pile into other people's cars. I get in with Jimmy Killius. You get in with our friend Mary. And then we get to, what's it called?
An unnamed
Corky's.
karaoke bar in Lakewood.
Yeah, and we just start singing karaoke, ripping shots, having a good time.
Well, first off, they had a bunch of songs lined up, and then they would just play the song. They would call for the person to go sing the song.
Oh, yeah.
And they didn't show up. So then they just let the song go, no singer.
Mhm.
So then I'm there and I'm in a good mood. So Alice in Chains Wood is playing. And it's like already a verse and a chorus in. And I see no one's
Yeah.
singing it. So I
And that's
jump
usually
on.
not the way they do it. Usually they're pretty tight on that.
They're like going once, going twice, and they just skip to whoever the next
Yeah.
song is. But they just were like letting it ride. And I'm
Yeah.
like, so then I jump in, I sing it. And then
It goes really well, too. That was a good song for you.
thank you. And then so the next song happened to be the song that I signed up to do, which was Danzig Mother. So then the guy goes, up next, called OK Pants. And I was already just kind of standing up there, and he goes, you just heard on the mic, he goes, wait, didn't you just go? And I go, no one was singing it. So I sang Wood. He goes, oh, we'll get back to you then. We're just going to go let some other people sing. And I go, that's fine, but now I just look like an attention whore.
No one cared. And my guy kind of like,
No, it's like,
yeah.
I was like, I was
Also, at that
about to be a
point-
bad sport about it, but I was like,
You want to sing your song? We got to sing your song. But yeah, also like at that point the bar was like we brought the party to that bar.
half the
Yeah.
crowd,
It was empty.
that was half empty before we got there.
Yeah, there was a group of younger black guys that came in,
Yeah.
like before it was even a crowd, and he's
Yeah.
like, do you guys, I don't think they've gone to Corky's before, and I'm like, I don't sing, but it can
Yeah.
get a good time. And he's like, I don't know, it's kind of quiet right now. I'm like, listen,
Yeah.
all of our comedian friends are coming.
Yeah.
I promise you, it's about to be fun.
The scene,
And they were partying.
Oh,
They were singing along.
Yeah, they were
So
singing
much
along.
with
They
you
were
guys.
going.
that was like, and also everyone in the bar was in a
Well,
great mood.
yes.
That's what I love about Corky's is because, like there are like the few off nights where it can be a little bit weird, but usually it's that where everybody comes together and they're like, let's fucking go, let's all have fun, cheer each other on,
Yeah.
and it just becomes like this fun kind of community. Event.
Yeah, like it was because it was empty before we got there, and then the vibe turned on a dime.
Yes.
Yeah, because everybody showed up like, within like 15 minutes of each other, and
Mhm.
and it got going, and I did some of my songs. Jimmy Killius ended up doing the song of the night, and he did the cha-cha slide.
Dude.
Yes.
And he didn't even try and sing it. He just read the directions. But everybody started doing the cha-cha slide, which was so fucking funny to have everybody doing a line dance at karaoke.
Yes.
It was great.
To monotone,
Yeah, it's
very...
one time now, y'all.
Jimmy's really
Yes.
good. Jimmy's really good at picking the funniest possible song. Because
Dude,
I was like,
great.
I was on the other side of the bar grabbing drinks, and I was like, am I at a bar mitzvah right now?
Yeah.
Like, it's-
And somebody did a song that was like it was a good song, but Jimmy and I look at it like this song's longer than your 9/11 song.
Oh,
And he's
shit.
like, because he does his 9/11 song, and then we did Monster Mash, and it was me, Killius, and Joe Briggs.
Dude.
And Briggs was trying to do backup vocals, but he would just scream God, I hate our friends. But I love
No, it's so good.
It was
so
so
good.
It was little kid behavior.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
Yeah.
we were all acting up, having a good time, and doing some drinking and
Partying.
and then what happened, Pants?
Well,
Well, here's what I'll say. I saw Pants wobbling in the corner and just drinking water. I'm like, okay, he's chilling out a little bit. And he looking at his phone. I go, you got an Uber? He's like, he'll be here in 20 minutes. I'm like, okay, you're an adult. Go home. Love you, bud.
what may or may not have happened yet next is
How's that?
what may or may not have happened next is, should I tell the story from the frame of when I woke up the next morning?
Yes.
Or so fast forward, I'm having a great time. I'm dancing, I'm hugging people, singing. Fast forward, the next thing I remember, I wake up in my bed at 7:30 in the morning the next day.
Did you have any missed calls?
I had a couple. May or may not have had a couple, and I had one hysterical voicemail.
Yeah.
But nothing in my house would indicate anything happened the prior night. Like, I didn't have junk food out on the counter. I put my dog to sleep in his playpen. My clothes were off, which is not weird for how I sleep. And then I may or may not have opened up a text from someone that said, hey, I'm not mad at you or anything, but you stole my whole fucking car tonight. And when you read something like that, you have a lot of questions.
I couldn't imagine.
So, like, I checked, like, my Uber, because I was like,
I know this story.
I checked my Uber, I canceled my Uber, you know? So I'm like, so the person who's claiming I stole their car must have drove me to, like, after hours and then something wacky happened. Apparently not, so I'm trying to piece it all together. I text Tommy and Bill independently of each other the screen grab of the text exchange, and they don't get back to me. So it's kind of
we're very asleep.
Yeah.
Tommy and I basically shut down the bar.
Yes.
And, like, we got, like, I fell asleep playing Sea Battle with you.
Yes.
Like, like we were in bed at like 2:30, 3 o'clock, and we were just playing iPhone games with each other.
I got the phone call about this, and then Sea Battle.
But I did get a phone call. I knew about this because, but I want to let him tell a story.
So I text them both through the group chat we have, and then finally I tried calling each of them. They're not replying, and then I was like, "What did I do?"
He probably thought we were so mad at you.
Who do I do?
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like, because the text to me was like, "Is everybody mad at me?" or something like that?
Dude, it was because at that point I'm like, "All right," I go, something's so not adding up here. And I have to be, and by the way,
because also you go outside.
But yeah, by the way, I'm not proud of anything to do with this story.
And if you're a cop, it's all like protect.
It's all like a fiction that I'm coming up with here. At any rate, so finally, I get. Oh well, we can bleep the name out. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So finally, Mary calls me back because I texted her a couple times, and then I called her and she wasn't picking up because, understandably, it's probably like 10 in the morning at this point. So finally, she calls me back, and I was like, hi. And I go, first of all, is your car okay? And she goes, yes. And I go, second of all, are you okay? She goes, yes. So then I go, third of all, I go, how? And also, there's so many fucking layers to this thing.
Yes.
So, like, she just goes, Pants, she goes, we all watched you close your tab and take off. And we all continued to hang out. And then when I was ready to leave, I go outside and my car isn't there. And we had to, so I went to the bar manager to say my car got stolen. And what we saw happen next is video of you literally leaving the bar, walking with confidence over to my car, getting into it, and driving off.
Because her car looked a lot. It's not a Camry, but it looks just like a Camry. And Pants is just like, oh, there's my rental car.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Here's the thing.
I always am accountable for my actions, for whatever I do. But what are the chances I go to a car that is not mine? Number one, the car is unlocked. Number two, the keys are in it.
The keys are in it.
And what I thought was I thought the keys were in the ignition. The car was push button.
Yeah.
So, and by the way, this person had been at the bar for hours. It wasn't like the car was still running. It wasn't like she had just stopped by.
But you rode over with her too, so
right?
There was probably some part of your brain that goes, "This is the car."
Yes,
no,
exactly.
But what doesn't make sense is that it never in my a million years would I get in a car and just drive it.
Yeah, but it's so funny that
waiting for an Uber.
But you did.
And what's so funny is the fact that she left her keys in the car. Thank
God it was a friend.
Yeah.
Thank God it was a friend.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can surmise because again, I may or may not I kind of hate telling this story because I don't feel good about it.
No, but
it's fucking crazy.
So my version of the story is, I think you get an Uber home, and then I get home, and then I have 3 missed calls from Mary, and a text says, "Call me, please." And I call her, and I was like, "What's up?" And she's like, "Pants stole my car." And I was like, "What? No, he took an Uber home." And she's like, "No, we watched security footage of him getting in my car and driving home. Do you have his address?" And I'm like, "I sure do." And she's like, "Okay." And she goes over there. I'm like, "Let me know if it's over there and everything's all right." So she gets over there, and she's like, "It's here. It's fine." He left the keys in it too. So
I left it how I found it, apparently.
Yeah. She drove it home. And so when you call me, you're so confused because you're like, "Mary said I stole her car, but I went outside. It's not."
I was outside of my house, of course, when someone tells you steal their car, you think okay, so I must have her keys.
Yeah.
I don't know how she got home.
Yeah.
I didn't have her keys in my jacket and pants. I go out where my car is parked, which I didn't drive the night before.
Yeah.
Her car's nowhere to be found.
Right.
So then in my mind, I go, how fucked up was this person that she thought I was?
Right. And so I was like, "No, dude, you stole her car." And she went and got it, and all worked out in the silliest way, which led to the best part, which is the pictures that we made.
Oh,
Wait,
there's some
do you
Photoshop.
still have the voicemail though too?
Yep.
I need to hear it.
I haven't heard it. I haven't heard it.
Yeah, we need to hear it. We should ask if we could share it.
Yeah,
because
she said she's okay.
Well, I'm sure she would be.
All right, do you want to play it right now?
Yes, play it right now because I haven't.
Oh,
heard
let me tell you.
And I
Also-
hear that Sarah's in the background.
It was. I didn't even like.
Yeah, Sarah's in the background.
And we.
I'll just play it. I'll just
Yeah,
play it.
play it.
All right, hold on.
This is such an insane story. Anyway,
Oh, that's great.
restart.
You know, they have 32 iterations of this fucking
I
phone.
know.
And
Dan, he literally stole my fucking car. We have footage. And I need to know if I can come fucking get it. Okay? What the fuck?
I love that she asked permission to come get her own car.
We need to know if I ain't got it.
Oh, and also, I don't like. I'm not
We
trying to be like the dad of the group, but it's like
You're not. You're not. No one's like, "Oh, here's the no."
You're not. You're real bad.
I'm just saying. In telling this story, I cannot overstate enough how not proud I am of any of this. I do not drink and drive. Literally, that was the whole point.
No, I know.
That was the whole point. Yeah.
We Ubered to the bar. I was doing all the right things, and the universe still said to me, "No, we're gonna make sure you fuck up." Like in the most retarded final destination type shit possible. Like so, then Bill's talking to me, and I go, he runs it all down for me,
Yeah.
and I go,
And you're still kind of like, "What?" I don't think.
I go, I was like that, and it was too baffling for me to even process guilt about it. But I was like, "That's funny, right?" And he just goes, "I mean, it will be."
It's like once everyone's cool about it.
Well, and
So, and then like she was cool about it. Everything got cleared up, and I was like, "Oh, it's funny real fast." And so I made a quick little Photoshop of, and I'll just put it right here. and it says it's the Grinch cover, and it says how the Jew stole Mary's car. And then Pants is like, "Oh, I'm actually good at Photoshop. I'm going to do something real good." And you did.
Because we'll just show it. So like here,
Yeah.
it's funnier just to show it than to describe it. It explains itself. So
We got to tell for the people that just listen on audio.
It's basically the poster for the Gone in 60 Seconds, but I photoshopped me and Mary into it. So,
in your Garfield onesie.
yes. And then somehow, so at this point, I just was up, so I just went to work. Like I went to the studio, and I had to get a haircut around like 11. And I mean, dude, I'm like my eyes were bulging out of my fucking head. I was so like fucking hungover. And then I go to the barber shop, and I'm sitting there kind of explaining it to my friend who cuts my hair, Nicolette. I come over here across the street to the bar because I needed to drop some stuff off for a party we're throwing. And then that's when Mary called me, and we kind of sorted the whole thing out. I confirmed like no one got hurt, like nothing got damaged, thankfully, which is the only reason any of it's funny.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I went back over to the barber shop, and I just walked through the door. I go, it's so much more insane than you even could imagine it is. Because in my mind, I was trying to put it together before I talked to Mary, and I was like, okay, so Mary must have offered me a ride home, and when she saw I was Ubering and I was sitting in the car and she was taking too long to say goodbye, and for whatever reason, I just browned out and took off. No, she goes, Pants, she goes, at no point in the evening was I really even talking to you. She goes, I didn't offer you a ride home. No one offered you a ride home. We all watched you literally close your tab, say your goodbyes, and summon your Uber.
Yes.
And at some point, I hit the fresh air, and the fresh air hit me back, and just people were out front, and I just was like,
bye-bye.
Let's see what's going on right over here. Because you would think, I got hammered a long time ago, and not nearly as crazy a story. I walk out to a car that I thought was my Uber, and it was just some random family. Like, they just see me get in the back seat, and they go, can I help you?
So
and
this isn't new. This is a Pants thing.
This isn't new. No, this one.
If
I've ever done this more than once, I deserve to be in jail. It's not a serial behavior. I don't think I've ever stolen a bottle of water in my life, let alone a whole ass car.
Yeah.
But at any rate,
nobody got hurt. It's funny. It's silly. And then the next night was...
and also to just repeat myself, would never in my right mind be driving drunk like that for any.
It was just a weird thing that happened.
It was the only time I think anyone could honestly say they were blameless in a such a driving incident.
Yeah.
And you drove fine. You got home safe.
I did fucking thread the needle thing. I mean, like, look, there's a certain amount of fucking paranoia I clearly have about the thing because I'm not a piece of shit.
Right. Yeah.
I feel great about that.
So the next night was the Old 86 Halloween party. And that was so much fun.
No one stole any cars.
Nobody stole any cars?
There was a moment where someone was a little on the ropes and they needed to be a car called. So I walked by them, and Bill's grabbing the guy in Uber, being a good guy.
Yeah.
And so I walked by Bill.
You know who you are.
Halloween happens.
Yeah.
So then I walk by Bill and I just go, hey, just don't tell him where Mary's car is parked.
Yeah, but like considering the night before was so insane, the party here was great. Like it was so fun, but like there wasn't any like real shenanigans. It was mostly just like dancing.
Good times, yeah.
Good times.
Well,
That's fucking DJ. That's all I got.
I kind of had to have my host. I had to have my DJ Mind Blender, which was, if you don't know, a $40 animatronic werewolf I bought on Amazon, which, mission accomplished because people's intrigue was piqued with that.
Yeah.
So.
Yes.
And also people loved the music we played.
Right.
Like,
It was awesome, man. It was so much fun.
nothing against actual DJs, but it was kind of like,
It worked.
Like the music was good. Everybody had a good time. It was a good balance of like inside and outside. It was perfect weather. Like it was awesome.
but I was like, that was not nearly as wild a night for me specifically because I was hosting and I was, I kind of had to make sure everyone was having a good time and so on and so forth.
It was. It was a great time. It was a great time.
I can confirm Bill had a great time.
Yeah.
And Thomas had a great time.
We all did.
It was
Yep.
packed out. You know, we party started at 9. I'd say by like 10 it was filled out. And for the most part, till last call, it was
I think
wall to wall.
I left, like, I got in my Uber right when they turned the lights on, like blue went white. And so that's when me and Heather were staying at my place. We Ubered home, and then we watched. She did like a good job of like winding us down, because like sometimes you go to bed still drunk and you're like not, and so she like had snacks and like electrolyte packets and stuff like that, and she's like, yeah, she mopped it up real hard and like the weirdest way. And she's like, here's some weed, a little weed. It's a good and she works at a dispensary, so it's like, this will make you sleepy, and like, and it fucking worked. And I like went to bed and like, woke up at 11, was feeling really good.
Hell yeah.
You guys went to Crowbar.
So I went with Lauren and Flint.
Yeah.
They both knew the guy at the door. I think Lauren works with him or something.
Yeah.
So we go in, we didn't pay.
Yeah.
Both of them, I assume one of them said, you know, Tommy's with me, whatever.
Right.
But then Sternick and Mary, and I forget who else showed up. But they had to pay $20 to get in. And then, was it Mary? Did I say? Oh yeah, Mary. She goes to the bar because we thought it was open because we were.
The whole idea was that they're gonna go to another bar and do like after hours.
Yes.
We're supposed to like somehow be able to still serve booze, and I'm like, that sounds fishy.
Yeah.
I think I'll just go home.
Yeah, you said that.
Well, no, after at certain hours it becomes a dry bar.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess we didn't realize that. I wasn't drinking, but Mary went to the bar at like 3 a.m. asking for booze.
Yeah.
And they said no. And she's like, I just spent $20 to get in here to not drink. I would have been pissed.
No, there's literally no bar in Cleveland that's going to serve you after.
Right. And it's like, dude, I'm a sleepy girl. I'm normally like home by then.
Yeah,
That was just a wild night.
Yeah. And that's like one of those things that I was like, and like, that was fun. And then last night I hosted this party in Medina, and big costume contest. Like it was a lot of fun. And my daughter was there with her boyfriend, and her boyfriend has a friend that's a tattoo artist that his shop is like right where the place is. Like it's all these different, like there's clothes resellers and artists and stuff like that, and he's got a tattoo shop. And so like the whole night we could kind of pop up into his tattoo shop and just kind of hang out in there if we need to get away from stuff. There was a bar called Picklebacks, which was real fun. And we're just, you know, having a good time. It's me and Kara, and like I'm really pacing myself because I have to be there for like the whole night. And Kara and I come up with an idea we're like, let's get some, like he offered, he's like, you guys want tattoos? I'm like, yeah, I'll get a tattoo. So it's something simple. So I get this little ghost. And I was, because we were like, we're going to get tattoos, but we're going to keep them Halloween themed. Like classic designs.
Yeah.
And so she's a cat lady, so she wanted a black cat. And I was like, oh, I'll get a ghost. And then the tattoo artist, Anthony, goes, do you want to put some sexy legs on it? And I was like, yes. And so he makes this sexy ghost tattoo with the legs and the stripper heels and stuff like that. And
hell yeah.
And it was so much fun.
Hell yeah.
But my daughter was fucking out of her mind.
Really?
Yeah, she's... And like her boyfriend was in a good head. He's a good guy, so like I wasn't worried about it. But she's just and we also don't like get to go out and like just hang like that. So it was a really fun night. At one point, I was doing the costume contest, and she like was just up on stage with me, and I'm like doing this contest, and she's like, give me the mic. I'm like, I'm not giving you the mic. Like I'm paid to be like, you be on stage with me. And there was the Disco Inferno played, and they had like a great setup, and they had like, you know, it's all Halloween themed, so there's like hay bales all over the place, and there's a point in the stage where it's like a lower stage and then like an upper stage, and in between it they put hay bales to like decorate it, but people kept stepping on them to the point where like they kept falling through the stage, and like 3 people stepped on the hay bales, they fall in, and then they pull their leg out and their shoe's gone, so they gotta get down in a costume and try and find their shoe from under the stage. It was fucking hilarious.
Sounds like an AI video.
Dude, it was so stupid. It was so fun though.
Stupid seems to be the recurring theme this weekend.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
There's still things I'm leaving out from the Pants and the Furious story.
Yeah, we're leaving a lot out from Friday night too.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what? What happened on Friday?
A lot out.
We're leaving a lot out from Friday.
Oh, I don't know.
They were like, I don't know about
Everything after that happened, and after I just was like, I'm looking forward to having a very relaxing, incident-free weekend after Thursday.
Yeah, but this is a good Halloween, and
Yes.
yeah.
It's been a good time.
Last thing before we wrap up this episode. So Pants and I go and get brunch on Saturday, and we're just having, we're talking a little bit, but we talk all the time. So that's one of the things I love about hanging out with Pants is we can just sit there and be on our phones and just be like,
we're like a married couple.
Yeah.
We don't give a fuck if the other one has anything. Like why are you talking to me?
Yeah.
What's happened? We're just sitting there quietly, and then this smoking hot server at Southside comes up and is like, "Aren't you the comedy guys?" And I'll tell you what, I've never seen Pants go from just like kind of hungover and down in the dumps to just like, why yes. Like playing it cool, but he's like, yeah, that's us.
Because
He goes, this is Bill Squire, he's the host of the show. It's just
listen, I know how old I am and I know what I look like.
Yeah.
So like when I see someone pass me a smile and then come up to me, I go, this is a new one. I'm like,
You know
this is
me.
uncharted territory for me.
she's like, I love comedy night. I brought my family and stuff. It's so fun. And,
Ah.
She was very nice.
yeah, very nice.
Hell
And,
yeah.
Yeah. And then like
I am,
as like we're like, I think you text me later like, how fucking hot was that?
well, because my dirtbag ass
Yeah.
forgot. I got a reminder as we're eating brunch that my nephew had a soccer game over in Rocky River, so I kind of had to vamoose, and I didn't really have a chance to unpack
Yeah.
our new friend we made there, who I haven't spent the weekend looking for her Instagram at all. So didn't do that.
Yeah.
Didn't find it either. I'm gonna earn it the righteous way.
There you go. All right. Well,
Can I
thanks
ask
for letting
her
us
manager
recap the Halloween weekend that we had.
It was a wild one.
Thanks for coming to Cleveland, America.
It's not a serious place.
Bye.